on the stage this time. It was so nice last time. Oh, this is a great camera shot. Yeah. The last time we had 8.5 Konami code, and it was all Dracula'd up, right? It was like Dracula's castle. And this time, you've got the FGC theme. I'm pretty sure that this is the Mishima Dojo. That's what they're calling the ballroom this time. And then you have Suzaku Castle over where the speed running is going on. And then you've got the training room, if you've seen the FGC room.
It's us.
Let's
go. Woo! Yeah, baby.
Yeah, that's us. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. But yeah, we got Vendetta versus LeoN. That is what I'm talking about. This is going to be a heat set.
Yeah, this one's gonna be hype. We got character specialist LeoN with a Banjo-Kazooie that's definitely not to sneeze at, and a hero as well, and fighting game aficionado himself, Vendetta. So how is this gonna end up playing out? Let's find out here. Top 16 of Glitch Infinite Squad Strike. Let's go.
In fact, top 8, this is a best of 5 set between these two, and that might be a good thing for Vendetta because I don't think people have been ready for the LeoN Banjo, but it has been nothing but net so far, helping get a 2-0 over ZD and DM. If you have a 2-character tag, you better be afraid of LeoN this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness, just able to get the down B toss into the forward area. That just does so much damage. Just catching Vendetta, dashing and dashing and dashing. You gotta be so careful, you know, shielding as Ryu, right? Because you don't necessarily have the best out of shield options, although you can definitely cover cross-ups quite easily. Nothing particularly substantial that covers a lot of space. But what an air to air with up B.
Ever since I saw Sandstorm do that up air to the Shoryuken for the first time, I was like, wow, maybe Ryu's actually pretty good. And as it turns out, Vendetta's showing that off pretty nicely, dispatching of the Banjo and now starting to bite into the hero as well, which LeoN has been rather scary with so far.
Oh my goodness, gonna be finding the Hadouken, maybe just trying to cover an air dodge or an aggressive back button back down to the ground.
And I love that, the parry into the immediate combo afterwards on the back air that, you know, normally I'd be like, oh, that was really impressive. You read the cross-up. Don't have to worry about that as Ryu. You do have to worry about kaboom.
Every time I see kaboom, all I can think about is the demo man from TF2, just going kaboom in a...
Kaboom!
That was pretty good.
I play a lot of TF2.
I was a little bit too nervous to do my own TF2 impression, but I'm glad that you had a little bit more courage than I. And with that being said, all of a sudden, this is an even game, an even set, and LeoN going for it all with that F smash.
Oh, maybe selling out a little bit too much. Vendetta barely missing out on that stock. And barely missing out again, connected one down tilt, but great SDI by LeoN to get out of the combo. And now, magic in his fingers. The sizzle comes out, and he's got a ledge trap to pick up too.
Oh, tries to cover with forward. I like the idea, but you know what? That just has so much end lag. So LeoN definitely has enough time to be able to cover it. Look at his spacing. He is so cognizant of all these options. But then jab, jab, ugly okay, is going to be able to take that stock. But now, look at the situation for LeoN. You got Bowser, he's ready to 2-frame, he's ready to neutral B.
You know that Vendetta's going to snap that ledge, so you just want to put on a little extra damage with that Flame Breath. It's free, and let me just forward air and a back air. I cover everything.
That was so good, because that is the only acceptable time to cross up an FGC character shield, because you can go off stage, you don't have to worry about auto turnaround down tilt when you're off stage. So Vendetta was like, perhaps I can get something off, and then LeoN double jump back airs. Who does it like LeoN? Nobody does it like LeoN.
I love to see it from LeoN, and now another forward air making that space. You see how low he throws out those forward airs as well. Tough for Vendetta to get out of this corner so far, but the commit early to that up B gives him maybe the only chance he needs.
What is this combo? What is this
follow-up?
Oh!
Did not get the heavy Shoryu. I don't know against Bowser if that would have killed, but that was sick string.
That was just cool. That was so cool, especially on a super heavy. Oh my God!
It certainly would have done, because that one just did it. Man, Vendetta's Ken is scary.
Vendetta's Ken is menacing.
Kendetta.
Yeah.
Is that something that people say? I don't know. Let me know if you're from Vendetta's region. Is that a thing?
You said it now, so that's what matters. And wow, that was not an option that LeoN anticipates, because when you think of Ken, you don't typically think of like, oh, I am going to get air to air. I'm going to get anti-air today, because let's be honest, that up tilt is kind of measly. That up smash is not particularly big either, but LeoN just did not see that coming. Even Bowser looked surprised.
That's traditional application of the DP is, oh, you're going to jump in my general zone? catch this Shoryuken.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Vendetta did, and now gets to take a 1-0 lead. We'll see if he can carry that into the game too. The same lineup from each of these players in terms of characters, but Vendetta is now going to lead with the Terry instead of the Ryu.
Oh my goodness, Vendetta just able to get the up tilt out before the neutral, maybe hitting in between some of those multi-hits. I like these really safe pokes right now, just trying to deal with these projectiles. He definitely plays a much more airspace-occupied playstyle when he is going up against Banjo. Because if you let those projectiles close in on you, that's how Banjo-Kazooie finds the opening.
Oh, and then roll right back, get those jabs, big damage. It seems like Vendetta is far, far and away prepared for the Banjo, and this is the stock. I thought that that would not do it, but there goes Banjo. Whoa!
That's like a little bit too humanoid. I wish it was like, I don't even know what animal he's supposed to be.
But instead, he sounds like one of the Three Stooges.
Yeah, it's a little bit goofy. It's a little bit silly for me. But now, Vendetta is definitely turning up the heat. Like, just going in with all of these crack shoots. LeoN is just not able to respect that mid-range burst option. That time around, having some good SDI.
Oh! Big pickup there from LeoN, though, stopping the Terry in his tracks with that down air, and you're on to the Shotos to close it out for Vendetta. But that was really big to stop the Terry where he was, because I think that the big thing that Vendetta wanted Terry in the lead for was identifying the weakness in LeoN being able to get reliable confirms to close out the kills, and you want as much access to go mode as possible.
Wow, what an uppie. That one is not going to be able to kill quite yet. Really nicely spaced Hadoukens. Can you guess the direction? Absolutely not. If you feel like you got outplayed, that's because you did. And there is no actual way to tell where they are going to go. You just got to guess.
And this is free time for LeoN to farm with Hero, because you can see Vendetta just doesn't want to interact when he can't throw those fireballs. And good use of the focus cancel to get right back, but now Accelerado, it's time for LeoN to go on the offensive.
Oh, I like all of these jab 2 mix-ups. Now, that is a move that people don't complain enough about on here. Everybody's like, oh, kaboom this, flame slash that, psych up that. But jab 2 mix-ups are so nutty on shield. You can just combo off of them and mix up opponents to no end. Granted, Vendetta did get that stock. Now, LeoN, will he be able to get this ledge trap? Or is Vendetta going to fight back on? That will not kill.
Not even close, especially without Rage. Vendetta holding on with the Ryu for now, and with a pretty decent lead, but great use of the forward tilt to just set up a wall. That'll also deal with any fireballs that come through, because that forward tilt is very active.
Yeah, absolutely. But now just looking, playing back a little bit. Somehow the forward is able to hit in between one of those hits of the... Oh my god, Vendetta, Vendetta!
That was no jump for LeoN as well, so when that back air came out, potentially gave Vendetta an opening. But now you gotta be so careful around Bowser, because you give him one solid opening with no jump like this. It's perfect use of the focus to get back.
There's oh, and there it is once again. LeoN's favorite confirm. Neutral air into back air gets him all the time. Now, I will say, those focus stalls were honestly worse for Vendetta than better, because they put on so much damage. That's what put Vendetta at 80%. They were both able to make it back on, but because Vendetta was at such a high percent, neutral air into back air was able to successfully connect. I would have liked Vendetta to come back onto stage maybe a little bit sooner, instead of always trying to armor through everything. Because even though you don't take any knockback, you know what? LeoN's more than happy to put on that kind of damage. He'll take that. He'll eat that.
As a Bowser, you're eating good when you can put on that kind of damage against your opponent. And knockback or not, yeah, in the end, it just set up perfectly to get hit by that nair into back air confirm. And LeoN even it up 1-1 here as we go into Game 3. And the venue is not changing. It will be Pokemon Stadium 2 once again. But Vendetta curiously going back to the Ryu for the lead, even though I thought the Terry as the lead was really, really good.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not really sure exactly what the rationale is behind it. I do believe it is it one? Did Vendetta win Game 1? Yes, Vendetta won Game 1 with that sugar. Yeah, that's right. So it is 1-1. Once again, this is a best of 5, something to constantly keep in mind. So these players are definitely not out of it quite yet. Wow. That's what happens when you get caught up playing like a little bit too preemptively, right? You get caught up pressing all of these buttons, then you just eat a Wonder Wing to the face.
I love watching high-level Banjo, and LeoN is showing off a lot of what makes this character so good, which is that if you commit once, Banjo has a lot of very reliable confirms that he can set up into, not to mention, of course, that Wonder Wing is really good at zone breaking, and when you're relying a lot on those fireballs, Wonder Wing's going to put in a lot of work for the Big Bear.
Yeah, right now just both of them playing back, slowing down the pace of the game a little bit, playing really, really patiently and focusing on their respective projectiles. I gotta say, the switch to Ryu instead of Telly is definitely working against Vendetta, because by virtue of having Power Dunk and Crack Shoot, that is how Vendetta got in on LeoN's Banjo. Now the Telly is out to play, and look what's happening.
Oh, down smash. Excellent coverage right there. LeoN will be able to make it back with the use of the Wonder Wing, but Vendetta getting a lot closer to evening it up.
Yeah, down Bs after down Bs after down Bs. Right now, Vendetta just stuck in the corner. LeoN's option coverage and positioning is immaculate. Just able to cover the next option after the jump. You can't be too greedy with the punish, but by having such a non-committal option like jab, something that is that fast, you're then able to convert it into a kill. People underestimate the power of having jabs that end up killing.
Yeah, and in this case, you know, a jab getting a free confirm into a kill is exactly what you need as Vendetta. And you're going to need a little bit more to deal with the Hero 2. You're perfectly into go mode, but watch out for the Accelerado.
Yeah, that kind of a misinput is definitely going to have Vendetta stuck in the corner. That air dodge so, like, punishable, but hey, better to get back through than to eat a snooze.
Well, you will eat that forward air, though. Perfect spacing from LeoN to hit that ledge. I wonder where he gets it from.
Oh, mamma mia. It's going to be okay.
45, you know what? It's respectable damage, and you get the psych up afterwards. Oh my God, he's lit up like a Christmas tree right now.
He's got everything going on for him. Got those loops. And Vendetta not caring about how much damage he just took, not caring about the fact that he broke, well, he got a shield broken because he cleaned that up on LeoN. Wow.
Oh, and now you got a Ken combo. Started on a Bowser, 61%. It's not the Ken combo you know of when you think of Melee, but this is what you think of when you think of LeoN. The nair into back air has been oh so reliable for him. And why not close it out again? Yep.
He does it again. He keeps on doing it. He keeps on
jumping back. He can't keep getting away with it. Except he can, because that's a reliable confirm for Bowser. And look at this. Last time, it was catching Vendetta dashing back towards LeoN. This time, it was catching him in the middle of that lag of throwing the Hadouken.
Yeah. At the end of the day, a lot of ultimate gameplay comes, you know, to switching up between preemptive and reactive gameplay. That time around, Vendetta was sticking to too much preemptive play, throwing out a lot of Hadoukens, which are really good for catching late jumps, which are really good for catching like neutral get-ups and stuff like that. But those are all things that you have to prepare in advance. LeoN sat there, was like, hey, I'm going to jump, and was like, wait a second, that was a Hadouken. I have enough time to be able to land, neutral air, and then back air. So Vendetta has to maybe play a little bit less button heavy if he wants a chance against LeoN.
Maybe the switch to the Terry will help him out too, but yeah, I totally agree. There's been a lot of just throwing out big hitboxes and seeing what's going to hit against a lot of characters that deal with that type of gameplay very well from LeoN, even against characters like Terry, like the Shotos, and Banjo is certainly one of those characters as he is just burning through those golden wings.
People forget that side B is a terrifying move. As a mid-range option, when it is unreactable, you just get to win interaction sometimes. And LeoN, well knowing that this Banjo's not going to be around for a long time, is making sure to use it. Use it or lose it.
Yeah, use it or lose it is definitely what it comes to when you play Banjo and Squad Strike. And boy, has LeoN been using it, and he has not been doing a whole lot of losing it either.
Yeah. Oh, and LeoN's positioning that time around was so good, able to land in time, avoiding both of those. And just like that, Vendetta is once again off stage. LeoN is ledge trapping. This is his stock to take. And yes, he will take it.
Oh, that was so devilish. Those eggs combined with the grenade as well. So difficult for Vendetta to get by as he does even up the game with that up air into Shoryuken combination. And once again, we will see the Ryu try to take on the hero.
Oh my goodness, that was such an aggressive recovery option. Vendetta was definitely not ready for that kind of a mix-up. Big Punisher foot. Big Punisher lead.
Turns out not a whole lot for Vendetta, although as the pressure keeps on, LeoN feeling a little worse and out of MP. I think he went for too big of a recovery option, so this is going to potentially be a big game for Vendetta, potentially a game 5.
But now LeoN's Bowser is out to play. What a pivot grab into the forward, and there it is again. Like, you know what? LeoN's totally chill with dealing that much damage. Vendetta is able to make it back on. The question is, can he make it up? Wow, I did not know that Ryu's pummel was that, like, aggressive. He, like, shoves his knee into you.
He gets right up into you. Yeah, he's like, ugh, take that. Right into Bowser's soft underbelly, too.
Was that a whiff grab? Was that a whiff grab on Bowser? Gets him every single time. And that's what it's like trying to grab Bowser. There it is again. Forward air. Oh, man, my forward air didn't kill. I'm just going to back air.
Back air, yeah. Back air has been the big killer for LeoN, who is going to go down trying to drop jump with the up air, but getting clipped by the jabs.
Yeah.
The little chicken wings meant that he wasn't able to make it back, so we are going to see a game 5 from Vendetta after a couple of unfortunate pieces of offstage play by LeoN, but nonetheless, you take those.
What happened? He dropped down. That's the jump, double jump. He wanted to up air. Now,
That's where he wanted to throw out the up air, but because he was buffering those up airs, probably mashing the button, it came out too late and then he fell to his doom.
and that is the danger of non-committal, really short options that don't put you in a lot of hit stun, because you can actually press a button once, get the startup of it, get hit out of it, and then still end up pressing it again despite you not having pressed another button. And that, my friends, is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate buffering mechanics. Or that could have also been LeoN mashing. But it is impossible to react to with how little hit lag it has.
We'll see game 5 if there is an adjustment to be had. Whether or not LeoN was mashing, that game did still end, unfortunately. And if I'm LeoN, I just have to kind of shake that off and say, look, I've been playing well this whole set. The 2 games I've won have been pretty convincing. So let's not try to sell out too much for things that we haven't seen traditionally work, right? I mean, even now, Banjo putting in plenty of work against the Terry.
Yeah, LeoN right now is playing safer than he has before. He's throwing out a projectile. He's waiting for Vendetta to get in, maybe sometimes a little bit too aggressively. Gets that last hit of the neutral, which is exactly what he needed. He now has Vendetta offstage in the corner, but these combos, these follow-ups, Vendetta is chefing.
3 nairs, he hits him with a boy, and then gets the burning knuckle afterwards. And now, dangerous for both of these players. The Wonder Wing not enough. We've seen quite a few times between both of these players trying to get that kill across the stage, but PS2 is just cavernous.
Nice bit of patience, maybe trying to catch a jump out of shield. Doesn't happen once, the second time will definitely do it. And now I think that is the first time the Banjo ended up taking the first stock on the Terry.
On the Terry at least, yes, and now up against the Ryu, which LeoN has matched up favorably with the Banjo most times that we've seen that. And this could be a really big moment for him to take a large lead. Oh, hit him with the Gatling gun, 21%, and it looks oh so stylish.
I didn't know he had it like that. I didn't know that he had the execution on that.
I love watching Banjos use those eggs. I mean, as much as it sucks to get hit by it, Banjo's a cool character to watch, and I don't care what you say.
Well, I'm glad you don't care what I say, because I have nothing positive to say after that. Side B is just going to be able to kill. Now, I got to say...
Dara, you know what? I'm glad that you subscribe to the notion that if you don't have anything nice to say, you just don't say it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
trying to improve myself as a human being. Now, LeoN just throwing out the whole fully charged neutral beater. This is a battle of fireballs, a battle of wits, and...
we're watching a LARP session. Fireball! Fireball!
Yeah, that was
big fireball!
That was me in like 3rd grade in my elementary school playground.
Yeah, me too.
After school. Shoutouts to George, by the way. I'm admitting the most embarrassing details about myself. Man, it's been a day. Now, all of a sudden, that's going to be Vendetta sent off stage once again. How do you actually get off the ledge against Hero? Well, you know what? Hadouken is an excellent option, but not when you trade.
Yeah, you don't want to give Hero the free opportunity to get up close to you if you're predictable with that timing. And of course, he's got access to the shield too, so it has to be the Shakinetsu. Otherwise, he can just stand still and block it. And meanwhile, LeoN blocking Vendetta from getting center stage. One more solid hit can do it, but same could be said about Vendetta at this point.
Yeah, both of them just playing so patiently right now. LeoN trying to get a bit of space for himself. Vendetta kind of trying to, mix up his tempo a little bit, throw out a fireball, throw out another fireball. And all of those Hadoukens are just making it so difficult for LeoN to press menu.
Sniped!
Wow.
Sniped! Dude, he actually came off, hit him with the 360 YY no scope with the sizzle. LeoN played Modern Warfare 2.
There was something really important I want to point out about that interaction, but that'll be later happening in the replay. You know what? Whiffs a couple of buttons, it's okay. You got somebody in the corner. If you press an F smash, it will probably connect.
And it will probably connect if you throw out that neutral B2. If that touches your shield, you're still going to take the damage. Speaking of taking damage, LeoN 63%, going in with the advantage, and now it's back to a dead even game. Either one of these two could be moving on to winners finals.
I like that LeoN kept his eyes locked onto Vendetta and where he was going, because he saw that he faded back a little bit, so he's like, okay, it is safe for me to go to platform. If he dashed in, he probably would have gone back to the ledge or a little bit closer to it.
What a tech.
Excellent tech, yeah.
Now one more hit from Vendetta. The wheel kick will get it done. Vendetta looking great in the clutch, and he will take down the big tri-state threat of LeoN in a 3-2 fashion last stock. But this is what did it.
And that was such an awful position to be in as well, because we've seen Vendetta break shields time and time again. Good fist bump between the two. That was a phenomenal set. This is not the last that we've actually seen of LeoN. That was an amazing performance on his behalf. So he's going to be knocked down to losing side. So I'm, you know, even like after the block, I'm going to be like watching